I'm Lewis.
I'm Jay. Welcome back
to our bum ass channel. So today's video is going to be, as you can tell by the title, 10 things gay guys hate hearing. Now, we're not speaking for all gay guys when we say these questions, but these are just the top 10 things that we hate hearing on the daily. I mean, we don't get asked on the daily.
As gay men, we pretty much hate these fucking questions. Or as a couple even, because it's...
Yeah, I mean, because it pertains to the both of us.
Yeah.
So, just to kind of like bite the bullet, we're going to go ahead and answer some of these questions. Some of them we're not because they're a little intimate and it's none of your business. But we're just going to go ahead and, you know, answer some of the questions. And yeah, let's get into this video.
Let's do it. So, the first one is... It's not really a question, it's more of a statement. It's, you don't look gay.
That's like the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Like, we meet somebody and they're like, "Oh, you're gay? I didn't know you were gay.
You don't look gay.
You don't look gay."
Tell me what the fuck a person. What does a gay person look like? You know, I don't understand. I don't understand that question. I think or what the fuck statement. You don't look gay.
I think when people like just like learn the fact that we're gay for the first time, they just expect like RuPaul, or you know, because we're not femme, and you know, I don't think they understand that not every gay man is, you know, feminine. So there's different types of gay guys, you know, they all come in different shades, colors, you know, personalities, and you know, we're all beautiful just how we are, and there are feminine gays, and by feminine gays, they just have a feminine side to them, you know, and they show that more, which is great, like, you know, tap into your inner you. But then you have, you know, I think we're like on the in-between, like,
yeah, because I have my, you know,
we have like our little hey moments, but then again we have our moments where it's like, you know, we could pass as cousins in the street. You have your masked dudes. We're kind of like in the middle, so you know, you generally wouldn't know that we were gay. Me, I mean, the moment I open my mouth, you should know I'm gay, because like,
honestly, same though.
Like the moment we start talking,
like I remember I was working at, I'm not gonna say where, but because she might watch it. And she goes like, "Oh, you don't look gay. You look normal." I was like, "Bitch, the fuck?"
So gay people aren't normal? Like, what the fuck?
Like, you sound dumb right now.
So number 2 is who's the man in the
relationship?
Who's
the man in the relationship? I prefer you ask me who's more.
No. I prefer you don't ask me any of that. Because that's like saying who's dominant or who wears the pants in the like, you know, in the relationship.
Yeah, you're right.
So it's like you're kind of just assuming that one of us is basically a bitch boy and the other is like the one in charge, which in our reality, that's not how it is. Well, in our relationship at least, we're like, you know, equals.
I mean, I run shit time to time, but I'm just kidding.
Okay. We doing this for the camera, yeah, but no.
It don't really matter.
We're both guys, so there's no like right answer to that. There's no answer to that in general. We're just guys. That's it. We're both men. All right, what's number 3?
This is like very personal for who's the top and who's the bottom. Unless you're like in the pertaining to like relationships. Unless you're like in an open relationship, totally fine. But for us, it's more like
that's more of a personal kind of like topic, only because it's like it's number one. It's no one's business.
Yeah.
And it's not that, you know, you should be ashamed if, you know, it's something that's asked to you. You should never be ashamed, you know, of what you are. It's just. It's honestly no one's business.
But honestly, as a gay man in general, that's the first question that pops up when you meet someone.
And believe it or not, it's really disrespectful, because it's like, you know, you don't see me going around asking like, "Oh, did you have sex today?" Like, there's none of your fucking business. Like,
did you douche?
Did you douche today? Like, it's like, like just like that's kind of like TMI and personal. Like, that's another personal question.
Yeah, so that's crazy.
It's ridiculous. 4, who pays? So. There's this stigma around if you're gay, just tying it back to the question like who's the man. So who pays, you know, who like gets the check, who pulls out the chair,
whoever got the money paying.
I would say whoever invited, whoever idea it was to go out. So if Jay texts me and says, "Hey babe, let's go out to dinner," cool, it's on you, because you're the one who wanted to go out to dinner, so you're paying for it.
No, but you should also be independent and be like, "Nah, I don't pay, you should pay."
No, fuck that. You invite me out, bitch, you pay for my shit.
Independent queen.
Bye. Anyways, okay, with us it's half and half. Like, there's never that's one thing about us when it comes to money. It's like we're not stingy. So if we go out to eat, we just automatically assume we're just gonna go half and half. I never expect him to pay, and he never expects me to pay. we just hold our own, and you know, or they'll sometimes he'll be like, no, I got it.
Yeah, we'll pay for each other.
We'll pay for each other, you know, on occasions. Like, oh no, I got it, or it's on me, or like he'll pay for lunch, I'll get dinner. Yeah, it's kind of like, you know, a partnership type thing.
What's your coming out story? I mean, I don't really find that, you know. I mean, you sure ask me whatever. Like, I'm not trying to hide it.
We're not gonna go into that because that's like a whole different like ballpark. We can talk about that some other time. But yeah,
I mean, I don't care telling my story. I mean, it is what it is. I'm not ashamed.
Neither am I.
So I don't really find that.
I mean, it comes a part of life. We just wrote it down.
It's part of who you are for the most part. So
yeah, we just wrote it down because it's asked a lot. But I mean, I don't mind like, you know, divulging any of that information. I'm happy like the way I. Do I wish things would have been different? Yes, when it came out, but am I gonna like let it change me and phase me and what I'm doing now? No. I mean, it is what it is. Nope. Let's be friends. I love gays. So this one doesn't necessarily like bother us so much. If you hear like little pitter patters on the floor, it's Coco. She's just like roaming around. This one doesn't really bother us. It's just more so like the moment that someone's like, oh my god, you're gay, we should be besties. And it's like, bitch, I'm not a fucking purse. Like, I'm not an accessory. You can't just... It's like a movie type thing.
It's funny because with us, at least for me personally, when I tell somebody... Well, when I first meet somebody and they act or normal or whatever, but when I tell them I'm gay, they switch up. Like, yes, or...
Oh my god.
They get very, like... Very gay with me.
Very stereotypical.
Like, hello.
So it's like they
like, okay.
They turn into the person that they expect you to be.
Yeah.
So it's like the moment you say, oh yeah, you know, my husband, they're like, what? Yeah. Yes. And it's like, exactly. What? Like, it's happened so many times. It's like, you better. It's like, I better what? Like, the fuck?
Like, sis, you better pack that shit up.
Period.
That's so annoying.
But I don't mind being friends with, you know, with people.
Yeah, I don't mind. Like, okay, if you love gays, thank you. We love you too. Yeah. But don't, like, you know, kind of just like hop on the bandwagon of like, oh, I need a gay best friend, like like the movies. Yeah. Like, it's not like that.
Bad girl. What should I wear? Like when they come for you for like fashion advice or whatever.
Oh yeah. So number 7 is what should I wear?
I mean,
that doesn't really bother me. Like, I've had friends in the past, you know, and I have current friends that'll come to me and be like, oh, how should I wear this, or should I wear it this way? And
they go more to you though, because I don't really like. I can't really put together an outfit for a woman, as you know. And I think that's where, like, they try to assume that because you're gay, you could style a woman. I mean, by all means, I'm sure a lot of gay men can do it, but personally, I can't.
Yeah, I mean, I cannot like doing it. So I mean, that's actually what I do for a living. But
yeah, exactly.
I don't take offense to it. I think like it's kind of like a compliment in one hand, and then on the other, it's kind of like. I used to work with someone. I'm not gonna say where I worked and who it was with, but she was a bitch, number 1. Number 2, anyways, I was the only gay guy that worked in the store. And you know, she was just like, she was the only female that worked in there. And I was the only gay guy in the store. And you know, there were times where we got like new shipment in and she put something on and just be like, oh, this is cute. And then she'd like make a comment and be like, well, you know, Louis, you're the closest thing to a girl here. What do you think? Like, bitch, what? Like, that doesn't even make any sense. Like, number 1, that's an insult. Number 2, like, obviously, I don't mind giving advice because, you know, I love fashion and, you know, dressing people up. But to say that is, like, that's the dumbest shit ever. Like, I don't know. That was just dumb. You're going to put it in that sense. Like, bitch, figure it out yourself. Go outside looking like a clown.
You better go on the website and see what they put 2 to 2 together.
Right. You should know this blank. There's been plenty of times where people are like, oh my god, do you remember that scene in Sex and the City? And I'm like, huh? And like, I've never seen that. It's like, you're gay if you never seen Sex in the City? Like, what? Like, what the fuck?
Breakfast at Tiffany's?
Breakfast at Tiffany's?
Yeah, I never watched any of this shit.
I've never seen any of those movies. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm pretty sure they're really good movies, but I've never seen any of those movies.
We're fake gays.
Yeah, we're the type of gays that are into fucking DC and Marvel. Like, we will sit here and watch Superman like 3 times. Like, I'm not into like...
And not just because he's hot, but just because...
Just because it's like, we like the storyline.
and shit like that.
I feel like the only...
We like superhero shit.
Yeah, which is funny because we just got into that.
Yeah.
But I feel like the only like gay, like quote unquote, stereotypical gay movie that I've seen that I liked is like...
Devil Wears Prada.
The Devil Wears Prada. Like, I love that movie.
I think I've seen that too, actually.
I like... suspense and thriller.
Oh, it's funny,
and,
like when they even ask you if you know some people, like, you know, some of these drag queens.
Oh my god, yeah, like, oh, do you know this?
Yeah,
and,
I don't know.
No, I know.
Like I was working when we first moved out here and I started my job, and they was all talking about drag queens because I worked with nothing but gay guys.
Yeah.
And I'm like lost. I'm like,
you're like the straight man in all the gay in the gay man business.
Next one is, are you sure? Like, are you sure you're gay?
Yeah.
I'm positive.
I'm pretty sure that I'm gay.
I'm pretty positive.
I don't even know where like.
And it's funny, you know why? Because when we talked about this the other day, where when females give you a compliment, give us compliments, we feel kind of weird. It's like it's awkward and it's like
oh my god.
When they try to flirt with you, I'm like,
it's
okay, sis.
Yes.
You can go.
Okay, so at my current,
it's just weird.
At my current job, there was like this one customer who came in, right, and she was with her group of friends and. It's like weird when you know that there's kind of like awkward tension there because it's like you know that they're looking at you and you know that they're like saying stuff to their friend and you're just like and you just like walk away, try to like say something and then like wink at me and I was just like like I was just so weirded out. It puts you in a. I feel like now we know what women feel like when men try to hit on them and it bothers them. That's literally how it is with us, and it's like
it's actually disgusting. It's like we're like
they'll be like, oh, you're cute, and it's like. Thanks.
But if a guy tells you that, it's like, oh, thank you.
Oh, thanks. But I don't know. It's just weird.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's nasty.
When did you decide you were gay? See, that's a really good question. I would have to say maybe when I was in like the 9th grade and I was in chemistry class and we were learning about bitch.
I thought you were serious.
No.
Right? What?
This is something that you're born with.
We know someone who he was in a relationship for so long and.
Who?
I tell you off camera. He was in a relationship for so long. He was even married at one point, but then, you know, after so many years, he came out, and it wasn't until he was maybe like, I'm not gonna tell you. It was maybe this guy. I'm gonna show you him.
No one can turn you gay. The thing with that is that a lot of people have a hard time like dealing with it. So. I already knew early on in my kid years, like when I was like 3, 4, like I knew I was gonna be gay. Yeah. There's just like certain things that
you know when you're young. Your family even knows when you're young.
Yeah, if anything, I feel like the person that knows you the most that you're gonna be gay is your mom. Like your mom is the one who's gonna know off bat that okay, well my son's a little rainbow and we're gonna see how that plays out.
A little unicorn.
Yeah, but it, you know, sometimes it takes people longer, which is sad. It takes people longer to kind of like, you know, to deal with it and to live in their true self. You know, a lot of the times
it's hard though. You know, coming out is
coming out in general.
You know, dealing with the bullshit that. You know, luckily I didn't have it. You know, hard.
Yeah.
But aside from that, society plays a fucking.
It plays a big part role, because they make it seem like it's such a bad thing, and you know it's become like the stigma where it's like you need to feel you feel the need that you need to come out. Like there should be never a reason that you think you need to like pull someone to the side and say, oh, you know, I'm gay, and there's no such thing as like, oh, I decided when I was in the 3rd grade I want to be gay. No, it's you're gay. The 3rd grade is probably the time in your life where you decided I want to do something about it, or I want to live in my truth, you know? This is not to push the gay agenda, as people would say, on anyone. So this is just giving our opinion and our take on it.
And that's on Pride, and that's on Love Wins, and that's on
Black Lives Matter. Okay. With that being said, thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. We hope that you enjoyed it, and if you did, we would appreciate it if you smash that like button down below.
Smash it.
Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And just drop some comments down below. What do you think about the questions that we asked, or that, you know, that are being asked? Like, how do you feel about it? If you're a gay guy, if you're a lesbian, if you're bisexual,
if you're a lesbian,
if you're a gay woman, if you're a lesbian man, let us know. Does this bother you when you're asked this? Don't forget, we are still doing every single week the 3,000 questions about us.
So drop some numbers.
So drop some numbers down below, 1 through 3,000. If we've already answered it, we will skip that. But yeah. Let us know some.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time.
See you later.